All right, we're going to watch Brandon's butterfly here. Brandon, as you're watching your butterfly, also take some time to look at the notes that are in the email that Lynette sent. Just different things that she saw that we think you're doing really, really well on. Different things that we see that we think you can work on as well and improve upon. So maybe if you don't have time to always watch the video, sometimes you can do a quick read up and refresh as far as different things we want you to be working on. But we're having a great time coaching you right now, Brandon. You're doing so well, and we love how hard you work at practice. And really, your positive energy is just fantastic. So we're thrilled with all the stuff that we're doing. As we get here into the wall, we're going to go ahead and start it back over and kind of take some time to see what it is that we're really looking on. Ooh, good job of stacking your feet. All right, Brandon. As we start here with your butterfly, back it up just a couple seconds here. Right here, we like it. Your eyes are looking down, right? That's fantastic. Your hands are maybe a little bit close together. We'd like to see them really about shoulder width apart. You don't want them almost one on top of the other. Okay, shoulder width apart is about perfect. Good job of trying to get your head up. I was going to say get your head up. There we go. Your head up early to breathe. So you did a good job of lifting your eyes up. So you were ready to start that breath, but instead of getting your head out of the water, you almost waited here to the very end. So you can see your hands are all the way down, almost at your hips. So it's a little late getting your head up. You started to get the head up right where you needed to, but then you paused. Make sure you get that head up just a little bit earlier. By getting your head up early, you can be able to get your head down a little bit quicker as well. You can see that your arms are entering here, and actually this hand is entering, and your chin has just entered the water all at the same time. So that's kind of all because of the late breath. If you can just breathe earlier, you're going to get your head down quicker. And the idea really is thinking about how much a head weighs, right? The average head weighs about 13 to 15 pounds. So think about trying to swim with a dumbbell about 12 to 13 pounds above your head. It's not easy, right? So when you put that head above water and your hands are above the water and you're not getting that head down, you're basically swimming with a little bit of a weight above water with nothing really to pull yourself forward. So keep working at getting that head down. Nice two-beat kick. That first kick is such a strong one. Make sure that second kick is equally as strong. Okay, so a couple things here we want you to look at is how low your hands are. Ideally, when your hands enter the water, you want to try and keep your hands right about here, right? So you can see the big difference between those hand placements, right? Now, the other thing you want to try and do is get your head, which is right here, get your head and chest a little bit lower. Your hips are exactly where they need to be. So when we look at your butterfly right here, okay, we don't really have any kind of power triangle. You kind of see you go up here, you go here, and while it maybe makes a little bit of a triangle, it's not really what we want to see. What we want to see is where your hips are where they are. We want to see your head more down here, and then your hands more up here. So you want to try and keep high elbows. And if you do that, all of a sudden here is where your core strength is going to come in, and the biggest part of your butterfly is going to be perfect. So work on getting your hands up a little bit higher and your head a little bit lower. As we go into our turn, one of the things that we kind of saw in a couple of these videos is right there, it's almost like you could do an extra pull, but it's almost like you just pause and you're just going to kick into that wall. And while I understand and we talk about making sure you judge the wall, you're kind of misjudged just a little bit. So make sure you get one extra pull so you really hit that wall really, really well. Now, with that being said, this is one of those things that you can't even hardly teach. We can tell you, but unless people just do it naturally, that's a great job of stacking your feet as you go to the wall. That's exactly what we want to see. That helps to facilitate a fast transition. And again, really quick here, this right leg is exactly where it needs to be. But let's look at the left leg. So left leg, you kind of fell apart. You didn't leave it. Keep those feet together. Don't let it kind of fall down, be low. And what you're doing with that is you're going to end up turning, I think, more on your belly. Yeah, you kind of see here, you turn on to your belly, so you're completely on your stomach. So you did that turn in almost 3 different steps, where it was 1 where you kicked in the wall, 2 where you turned your hips to the downward, and then 3 where you're pushed up on your belly. And it should all just be a nice, smooth transition, one direction to the next. So as you stack your feet, drive your knees into the wall, and as you watch that hand come off that wall into a nice tight streamline, you're going to be pushing. So we got to work on that transition. Now, with that being said, that's a great streamline, Brandon. That is awesome. You push off the wall, you kind of start kicking right away, and you can see how shallow you are. In fact, if you look, you can see that your feet are a little bit above the water there. So make sure you push a little bit deeper in this position here. Hold for about 2 seconds before you start your kicking, and then as you start your kicking, lift those hands up a little bit, and that's going to help bring you to the surface. Okay, so just a little bit shallow here, but pretty good job on the kicking. Don't breathe the very first stroke. Keep your head down. If you can take that first stroke without a breath, you're going to really get into your butterfly. It's going to be a lot stronger. Good job, Brandon. Well done. We're pleased.